Okay, so we just covered the 3-3-3 to 4-4-4 with that pause. Now we're going to come into an exercise that is, this is it. This is the one. If there's anything that you grab for today, make sure it's this one. So here's what I mean. In this exercise, it's the release and replenish exercise. This is the one that we are going to need in our singing to make sure that we never run out of breath. And the other thing is this. Remember I said, or if I haven't yet, every verse that you sing, you will sing on one breath. One breath? Yeah. One breath. You'll see what I'm talking about. We're going to be using the efficiency of the one breath for every verse that we sing, every pre-chorus, every chorus, bridge, and so forth. What I don't want to do is always after every sentence, and actually it happens because we just run out of air. But over the years, I have discovered how not to do that, how to retain air at the same time. So in other words, inspired while we are expiring air. That makes sense? Good. So let's get to the exercise. In this exercise, Lord Melchior said something. He said that he would sing, Lord Melchior, who is he? Lord Melchior was a Helden tenor, and he was able to sing over a 100-piece orchestra, fill a house of up to 3,000-4,000 seats, whatever. And it was remarkable. And he was a Helden tenor. He would have to sing anywhere from 3 to 5 hours because he was doing what was called Wagnerian operas. Big voice, a lot of power. So much so, he even had a special corset made. And later on, you'll find out why he had this corset made. But I'm not going to tell you now. But let's get back to the exercise. So he said that. And I'm thinking he sang off the interest, which goes hand in hand with what Lamperti said. That he said, when you expire air, you should be inspired at the same time in the inspiration position. So I put 2 and 2 together. And this is what I've come to find out and what I have discovered. After many years of doing this, now I've realized that when I take my breath, I don't want to sing my sentence and then all of a sudden be completely out and have to refill again. Not as a professional soloist that I want to be, as a recording artist, whatever style of music you go into. When I take a breath, I release a little, I replenish. I release a little, I replenish. I release a little, I replenish. So here's what it looks like. So when I take my breath, I'll take a slow breath, and again, we're just doing abdominals right now. So I release my abdominals. So I release a little, I replenish. I release a little, I replenish. I release a little, I replenish. You see how I had a lot of air underneath that? So what I'm doing is like I'm bouncing the ball up top. So we also have to make sure that we're in our stance, right? And our power source is nicely elevated. So again, I'll do it one more time. I take this breath, I release a little, replenish. I loved what Caruso said. He would only use what he needed for any given line that he would sing. The emission of the tone for him was very important, which makes sense. As you can see, we're going to learn how to use just what we need for every sentence that we sing, and then replenish what we've used. Now, there may be times that we don't have the value of time to replenish maybe everything that we just let out, depending on how long the line is. That makes sense, right? So you only replenish what you're able to do within the allotted time frame that you have. Eventually, you'll get back up to the top. Yeah. Once I finish a verse, though, I will then go, depending on how the transfer is from, or segue, is from the verse to the pre-chorus. Depending on how that is, most times I can get a nice replenishment of a new breath for that whole pre-chorus. And then again, another replenishment of the breath for the chorus. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the Orama method of vocal production. This is what I'm talking about with breakdancing and Jeet, Kune. All of these things I've placed together, including with the Italian and Spaniard art of singing, be able to put this all together and now make some sense out of it. Boy, it took a long time to do that. So, and I'm very happy and honored to be sharing it with you, which is what we're supposed to do anyway. We're supposed to share what we know so that may be passed on to generation to generation. So now here's the exercise. Watch again. I'm not going to count or anything like that. So you just picture in your mind how I filled up my glass and I was just utilizing a little bit. So here it goes. See how I was able to maintain a lot of air throughout the whole process. If this happens, I got nothing left. I had nothing in there. If you do that, you're just moving air. You don't have air. The illusion is you might think you have air because you're moving a lot of air, but you don't retain any air. So there's a difference between moving air and retaining air while you're just moving the interest back and forth. That makes sense? Lord's Malcure. Yeah, these little nuggets these guys put out, and ladies too, because there's Lily Layman and there's a whole host of other voice teachers too that were instrumental in what we have today as well. Attila Marchesi is another one. So, with that said, go ahead, we're going to practice that exercise. I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm going to leave it to you. So as I'm doing this, you follow along. Ready? Let's take the breath. Release a little, replenish. Release a little, replenish. Release a little, replenish. Release a little, release a little, and let go. Okay, you go for it. I'll see you in the next one.